Hi guys, Animon21 here, and today we're gonna take a look inside of one of my favorite game consoles, the PS1. But this isn't a normal PS1. This is a chip-modded PS1 that plays burnt games, which means you are not limited to play regular PS1 games that came on original discs, but that also means you can play games you burned yourself, like this is my copy of Final Fantasy IX, which I just burned myself with a computer. I just downloaded the ISO from the internet and burned it to a disc, and I can play it as normal. So I'm not sure if this chip-modded PS1 can also play games from other regions, because I don't have any games from other regions right now, like the US or Japan, but yeah, let's take a look inside of this chip-modded PS1. So, I was finally able to get these screws on the bottom out, because they were actually pretty hard to get out. They got stuck in there. Because I mean, they're inside of this PS1 for a really long time now. But now I think we can, just lift off the top here. Put that aside. Okay. So here we have the power supply, the, how should I call it, the disk drive, and right here we have the ports. So we have to carefully, that's why I said carefully, take out the disk drive, and no, I'm not sure if I have to disconnect the ports. So now we're gonna remove a couple of screws again. So now we should just be able to lift this off. Okay, it's still connected to the power supply cable, so I'm just gonna unplug the power supply and fold this piece of metal over like this. So I finally disassembled the PS1, and now we can take a look at the main board and the chip mod. First we get off this piece of tape. So this right here is the little chip itself, which is wired to a lot of solder points on the main board, which actually range over the entire board. We got one right here, one down there, another one here, also one goes right up there. So this right here is the CPU of the PS1. It's actually interesting that none of the solder points from the wires go to the CPU. Seems like, all the wires go to some different chips and points on the main board, but not to the CPU. So this little switch right here is that the PS1 knows when the disk tray is closed, so that it starts running the game from disk, because the disk obviously doesn't spin as long as the disk drive is open. Then here we got the connector for the power supply, the connector for the ports on the front. You can see the cable goes like this. On the front right here we have the controller ports and memory card ports. Then on the back right here we got our video and serial port. I'm just started thinking which port is for what. I'm not exactly sure right now. Okay, this port right here is for serial, and this port right here is for video and audio. Then what else have we got on the main board? These two connectors are for the disk drive. You can see this ribbon goes to this connector, this is for the laser, and this one is for the motor right here. There's actually not much left to see on the main board, so we'll put this cover back on right here and plug the power supply back in. And now let's take a look at the power supply. So right here we got our power and reset button, a couple of capacitors, and right here we have the power input. So now we're gonna put the PS1 back together real quick, and I'll see you in a second. So I assembled the PS1 again now, and it's well back together. I didn't forget to put any screws in, which is nice because I keep forgetting putting in some screws on nearly every device I take apart, so that's good to note. I mean, yeah, I'm really happy to have this chip modded PS1, so because now I can play all of my favorite games that I haven't bought yet by just burning them on a normal CD and playing them for free actually, which is really nice I think, but it's just very difficult to do the chip mod as we saw in this video, because you have to really carefully solder this chip to a bunch of different points on the main board, and yeah, I'm happy that I bought this PS1 and didn't have to do it myself, because I basically have no idea how to do this, but I'm really happy with it. And yeah, and now you guys also know what it looks like inside of a chip modded PS1. See you in the next video. Bye.